Music is the universal language. The guitar, with its 6 strings and endless possibilities, holds a special place in the world of music. Learning to play the guitar is an incredibly rewarding journey. Imagine yourself strumming your favorite songs, impressing friends and family with your newfound skills. Let's embark on this exciting journey together and make some beautiful music. Have you ever felt the urge to grab an air guitar and rock out to your favorite tunes? That's your inner rock star calling. Even dedicating 15 minutes a day can yield amazing results. The key is consistency and a genuine passion for learning. This guide will break down the basics of guitar playing into simple, easy-to-understand steps. Grab your guitar, tune in, and let's unleash that inner rock star. All right, let's get up close and personal with the star of this show, your guitar. Think of it as your new best friend, eager to make some noise with you. We'll start with the body of the guitar. Acoustic guitars have a hollow body that amplifies the sound, while electric guitars often have a solid body and rely on pickups to amplify the sound. At the top of the body, you'll find the neck. On the neck, you'll see the strings, stretching from the body all the way to the headstock. The headstock is that iconic part at the very top where the tuning pegs live. Pretty cool, right? You'll be rocking out those notes in no time. Let's dive a little deeper into the heart of the guitar, the strings and frets. When you pluck a string, it vibrates and produces a sound. But how do we control that sound and play different notes? That's where the frets come in. A standard guitar has 6 strings, each with a different thickness. The key takeaway here is that each string and each fret combination produces a unique note. It's like having a whole orchestra at your fingertips. Before you unleash your inner rock star, there's one crucial step we need to cover: tuning your guitar. Tuning ensures that all the strings are in the correct pitch relation to each other, resulting in a balanced and pleasing sound. These days, there are tons of helpful tools available, like digital tuners or tuning apps, that make the process a breeze. Now that we've got tuning covered, let's move on to the exciting part: making some music. All right, let's get physical. We're talking about how to hold your guitar. First, find a comfy seat. Rest the curve of the guitar's body on your lap, letting the neck extend outwards. Wrap your thumb around the back of the neck, keeping it relaxed and centered. Rest your strumming hand lightly over the sound hole or near the pickups on an electric guitar. Remember, comfort is key. Find a posture that feels natural and allows you to play without tension. Time to unleash the power of the pick. Using a guitar pick gives you more control and precision over your strumming and picking. Hold the pick between your thumb and index finger, letting the pointed end stick out slightly. Hold your pick lightly and make a gentle downstroke across the strings, aiming for a smooth and even sound. Upstrokes are simply the reverse, brushing the pick upwards across the strings. Remember, practice makes perfect. Now, let's ditch the pick for a moment and explore the art of fingerpicking. With your fretting hand in position, use your thumb to pluck the bass strings, the thicker strings closer to your lap. Your index, middle, and ring fingers will handle the treble strings, the thinner strings. Start with a simple pattern like plucking the strings one at a time in a downward motion. Fingerpicking takes practice, but the results are well worth the effort. All right, let's talk chords. These magical combinations of notes are the backbone of countless songs. By learning a few basic chords, you'll unlock a whole world of musical possibilities. A chord is simply 3 or more notes played together, usually by strumming across multiple strings. Don't let that intimidate you. We'll start with easy chords that are perfect for beginners. It's like a secret code for unlocking musical awesomeness. Get ready to meet your new best friends, the E, A, and D chords. Let's start with the E chord. Place your middle finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Your ring finger goes on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Now use your index finger to press down on the 3rd string, 1st fret. Next up, the A chord. Place your middle finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Your ring finger goes on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And finally, your index finger goes on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Last but not least, the D chord. Place your index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Chords are the building blocks of music, but strumming patterns bring those chords to life. Start with a simple downstroke strumming pattern. Use your pick or thumb to strum down across all 6 strings, then bring your hand back up without hitting the strings again. Once you're comfortable with downstrokes, try incorporating upstrokes. Experiment with different combinations of upstrokes and downstrokes to create various strumming patterns. You've learned about chords, mastered a few basic shapes, and even got your strumming groove on. Now it's time to put it all together and play your first song. One of the easiest and most popular songs for beginner guitarists is Row, Row, Row Your Boat. This classic tune only uses 3 chords, C, G, and D7. Congratulations, you're officially playing a song on the guitar. This is just the beginning of your musical journey. Practice makes progress, building a routine. So you've got the basics down, you're strumming chords, rocking those beginner riffs, and maybe even playing a song or two. Awesome. But here's the secret sauce, the magic ingredient that separates casual strummers from true guitar heroes. Consistent practice. Don't worry, I'm not talking about hours of grueling drills. Think of it more like short, focused bursts of fun with your new favorite instrument. The key to effective practice is consistency. It's much better to practice for 15 to 30 minutes each day than to cram for hours on the weekend and then forget about your guitar for days. Just like building any habit, regularity is key. Set aside a specific time each day for guitar practice. Treat it like an important appointment with your musical self. Find a quiet space where you can focus without distractions. Silence your phone, close those tempting browser tabs, and let the outside world fade away. It's just you and the guitar, ready to make some noise. Remember, practice doesn't have to mean playing perfectly. It's about exploration, experimentation, and enjoying the process of learning. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. In fact, embrace them. Mistakes are valuable learning opportunities. They help you identify areas where you need to improve. View each stumble as a stepping stone on your path to guitar mastery. The more you practice, the better you'll become at recognizing and correcting your mistakes. Section 2, short and sweet, effective practice techniques. Now that you've got a practice schedule in place, let's talk about what to do during those dedicated jam sessions. Remember, quality over quantity. It's better to practice effectively for a short period than to mindlessly noodle for hours on end. Let's dive into some techniques that will make your practice sessions count. Start with a warm-up. Just like an athlete stretches before a big game, your fingers need a little prep work too. Simple exercises like scales, finger-picking patterns, or even just reviewing chords can help loosen up your fingers and get you in the groove. Focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to learn everything at once. Break down your practice sessions into smaller, achievable goals. For example, spend one session working on chord transitions, another on strumming patterns, and another on learning a new song section. Use a metronome. This trusty tool is a guitarist's best friend. It helps you develop a rock-solid sense of timing and rhythm, essential skills for any musician. Start slowly and gradually increase the tempo as you get comfortable. Beyond the metronome, fun ways to practice. Practice doesn't have to feel like a chore. In fact, it should be fun. When you enjoy the process, you're more likely to stick with it. So let's ditch the boring drills and explore some creative and engaging ways to practice that will make you excited to pick up your guitar every day. One word, jam. Put on your favorite songs and play along. Don't worry about playing everything perfectly. Focus on keeping up with the rhythm and hitting those chord changes. This is a fantastic way to develop your ear, improve your timing, and just have a blast making music. Another fun way to practice is to find a guitar buddy. Having a friend to jam with, share tips, and motivate each other can make all the difference. You can learn new songs together, challenge each other with improvisational jams, and celebrate your progress along the way. Record yourself playing. This might sound a bit scary at first, but it's incredibly helpful for identifying areas where you can improve. Listen back to your recordings with a critical ear. Pay attention to your timing, your tone, and any mistakes you might be making. Conquering the frustration common beginner mistakes. Every guitar player, from rock legends to bedroom strummers, started as a beginner. And every beginner, no matter how talented, encounters a few bumps in the road. Those pesky mistakes are all part of the learning process, stepping stones on your journey to guitar greatness. So let's shine a light on some common beginner blunders, laugh a little because hey, we've all been there, and discover how to overcome them. One common culprit is the dreaded muted string. You're strumming a chord, but instead of a clear ringing sound, you get a dull thud. Frustrating, right? This usually happens when your fingers aren't pressing down on the strings firmly enough, or if they're accidentally touching adjacent strings, preventing them from vibrating freely. Another frequent flyer in the land of beginner mistakes is inconsistent strumming. You're aiming for a smooth, steady rhythm, but your strumming hand has other plans, resulting in a choppy, uneven sound. This often stems from tension in the wrist or arm, or from trying to strum too hard. Remember, gentle and fluid is the name of the game, and let's not forget about those chord changes. Switching between chords smoothly and quickly is a skill that takes time and practice. Many beginners struggle with transitioning between chords without pausing or losing the rhythm. It's like trying to juggle while riding a unicycle. It takes coordination. Troubleshooting your technique, solutions, and tips. Now that we've identified some common beginner woes, let's talk solutions. Remember, every problem has a solution, and these guitar gremlins are no exception. With a few adjustments to your technique and a healthy dose of patience, you'll be conquering these challenges and making sweet, sweet music in no time. To banish those muted strings, focus on pressing down on the strings with the tips of your fingers, just behind the fret. Imagine you're trying to push the strings all the way down to the fretboard. Keep your fingers arched and avoid touching adjacent strings. It might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, but your fingers will toughen up with practice. For smoother strumming, relax your wrist and arm. Think of your arm as a pendulum, swinging back and forth effortlessly. Avoid gripping the pick too tightly, and let your wrist do the work. Practice strumming along with a metronome to develop a steady rhythm. Chord changes, the eternal struggle. The key here is practice and repetition. Start by practicing transitions between two chords, slowly and deliberately. As you get more comfortable, gradually increase the speed. Focus on accuracy over speed. It's better to change chords cleanly and precisely than to rush through them and make mistakes. Congratulations! You've taken the first steps on your guitar playing journey. Remember those first fumbling attempts at holding a pick, the struggle to make a clean chord, the frustration of string buzz? Look at you now, you're strumming, you're picking. You're well on your way to becoming the guitar hero you always dreamed of being. But the journey doesn't end here. Like any great adventure, the path of a guitarist is one of constant exploration, discovery, and growth. Don't let the momentum fade. Keep practicing, keep experimenting, keep challenging yourself with new songs and techniques. Remember that every guitar legend started right where you are now, a beginner with a passion for music and a whole lot of heart. There will be times when you hit a wall, when your fingers just won't cooperate, when that tricky riff seems impossible to master. But don't give up. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and remember why you started this journey in the first place, for the pure joy of making music. So keep strumming, keep picking, keep rocking. The world is waiting to hear your music.